Hey everybody, it's Linda with Ink Stamp and Scrap, and we're going to get started in about 3 minutes. Hey everybody, it's Linda with Ink Stamp and Scrap, and we're going to get started in just a couple of minutes. You can see on the screen below you what we're going to be making today, and we're going to be using the Little Treats bundle from Stampin' Up. Move this over here so you can see it better. Slide these guys over. There we go. All right. All right, we're going to get started in just a couple of minutes. If you are here, you're welcome to use the chat to say hello. And this is my first time doing YouTube Live, all cards on the table. So hopefully this is going to work great. I'm confident on the video part. We'll just see how the whole chat world works with me doing this. So if you're joining in here, please give me a thumbs up, say hello in the chat. We're going to start at the top of the hour. All right, it's 2 o'clock straight up. That's when I said I would start, so I'm going to. Hopefully, more people will join in. But I'm really glad those of you that are here are watching. My name is Linda. I'm with Ink Stamp and Scrap. I'm a Stampin' Up demonstrator. Been one for about 20 years. For those of you that are new to watching me on this channel, please give me a thumbs up on this video and click the subscribe button below so that you know every time I post a video. All right. The way this works is I make 2 cards in a project, and you have a chance to get the make and take kits so that you can make them as well. And I'll explain more of that as we get going. But I'm going to dive right in and start on our first card of the day. These 2 things will be used in every card that we're making today. This is the Little Treats bundle from Stampin' Up. The Little Treat stamp set has all of these stamps. These are true to size, the pictures right here. It is a red rubber stamp. Hi, Sue. Thanks for joining me. And some of them are missing from there because that's what we're going to use today. And then it's bundled with this really cute die set. It's got a spider that we're going to use, some ornaments for Christmas time, a ring for engagement, anniversary, whatever you'd like. This goes around the Santa hat. This goes around the gift. And then the best piece of all is the little treat box that you can make. And clearly we're going to make one of those today. All right, so let's get started on our first project, which is going to be a birthday card. This is one of the reasons that my eye really caught this bundle is because you can use it for more than just stamping holiday cards and Halloween cards. It's made for kind of an all occasion thing. So what I did is I'm going to grab the box die. There we go. Hi, PC Stamper. Nice of you to join us. So what I did is I ran the box die on Whisper White and Magenta Madness cardstock, but I only cut it to about 2 1/4 because that's all I needed to fit through here. We only need the tags to make this birthday card. So that's why I just conserved my paper and ran it through that way. I'm going to use a 4 by 5 1/4 piece of Whisper White cardstock, and then I'm going to use a card that is 8 1/2 by 5 1/2. Thanks, Sue. I appreciate that. And scored down the middle. So I'm going to fold it in half. I'm going to grab my bone folder and burnish the fold, and then we'll set this aside, and we're just going to pile everything on this at the very end. This is the piece that we're going to build on today to make the card, and we're going to need these 2 colors of tags. I'm going to bring my trimmer in and trim these down. You could just use your snips if you want to. That works too. And I might do that. I'm going to go a little bit above the score line just to make sure it's clean. And the nice thing is with one cut, everything goes away because there's some separation. So I need this one. And then I also need this one. And since the pink fits behind the white, I'm not worried about exactly where I'm cutting the pink. All right, there we go. And then these are just scraps that we don't need. All right. Oh, it's Patty. Okay. Hey, Patty, didn't know you were PC Stamper. All right. Learn something new every day. Hey, Kathy. Thanks for joining us. Glad you're here. All right, so the way this is going to work is I'm going to finish these 3 projects and we'll wrap up eventually. But then right after that, I'm going to make them again with what I call a clean video so that it'll be easier to watch. When you get the make and take kits, you can just watch one video for each project and it won't be all the chatting and talking about, who's on first and all that good stuff. So those will go up starting tomorrow. What you have the opportunity to do is get the make and take kits, which would be everything you see. So you get 2 of these and the card and the layer along with everything you need to put the card together. All you need is, I can't send stamped images. So you'd need the stamps and the dies if this was something that you were going to make for yourself. And then the way that you get the make and take kits is you place a $35 order in my store and you use the hostess code that's listed in the description below. That's all you got to do. You need to do it by Sunday night at 11:59 p.m. Eastern time. And then on Monday, I will send out make and take kits. So that's the way we're going to roll. Wednesday, I'll be live. Monday, the make and take kits will go out, and then rinse and repeat. And I will tell you that again and again for the next few weeks, just until it's totally clear. All right, so let's get going on this card. If you've been with me for a while or watching me for any length of time, I can stamp or talk, but both, when I'm not talking about what I'm stamping, is a little challenging. All right, so we're going to put the greeting at the bottom of this white. I just like to line up my tag with a line on my grid paper so that I know that it's going to be straight. I just re-inked this, so I'm just going to double check. Yeah, I just re-inked this, so I'm staying away from the center of my ink pad because right now that's where it's super juicy. There we go. And then we're going to add the 2 presents. So I'll show you what I would do, and then I'll do a little magic. Yes, we even do magic. All right, so I was to make the present, you stamp it down, and then you grab the present die, put it over it, and run it through your Big Shot machine to add it to the card. But in the interest of time and noise, I have a Magenta Madness present and one in Mango Melody all ready to go. So we're going to close. Well, I'm going to set this aside because I have to do the background on the card, but I'm going to get the tag finished. All right, let's get these little bits out. Hopefully don't add anything to the card. All right, there we go. I think Patty made a comment about my old age, and you're right. But I can talk about what I'm stamping. I do fine with that. If you want to talk about what I'm stamping while I'm stamping, for whatever reason, that part works perfectly. It's when I need to talk about anything else than what I'm doing to make this project. Like I can talk about the fact that Magenta Madness is one of the 5 new ink colors, and we have Misty Moonlight and Just Jade and Bumblebee and Cinnamon Cider along with Magenta Madness. So see, I can remember things. It just has to be stamping related for some reason. All right, so now I'm going to take my Stampin' Seal and oh, this is out. Well, isn't that fantastic? Because I can see the red there. So you get to see how to reload one of these. Something I'm sure you wanted to know. Oh, goodness. All right, I think you can. We might be just... Oh, I definitely have them. Aha. Okay, just have to open the right drawer. Okay. So they come in these Ziploc bags, which I'm actually saving. Don't ask me why. I'm a crafter. It holds things. We do that, right? And then there are 2 prongs on one side of the case, and there's no prongs on the other side. So there's no guesswork. It's the side with the prongs that this goes into. And you just line up these 2 holes on the other side with the 2 prongs, and you're good. And you put the top on, and you're all set, ready to go. And then you're just going to set this down and pull it back, set it down and pull it back. And that's how it releases the tape. Now, I don't want to see this hole at all. So I'm going to line this up so that the scallops are below one another. It's even on the right and the left, which it's not. And we might just snip. Sorry. All right, you can see a little bit of pink here. I don't like that. Bothers me. So we're going to grab paper snips and take care of that. Come on, there we go. I mean, it is the tiniest bit, but there we go. That looks better to me. All right, so now we have our tag, but there's still a hole showing. So the way we're going to fix that is we're going to use the Magenta Madness ribbon. But I want to close this up before before I make a mess. So I'm going to grab my little butterfly birthday background stamp, and we're clearly not, oh goodness, okay, that was clearly meant for scrap. Let's try, oh, maybe not, but I don't like that either, so we'll turn this off and make sure, yep, okay. So 4 1/4 by 5. I'm just going to set this here because I know this is where I'm going. I want to go around here with my birthday stamps. And I'm kind of twisting it back and forth so they're not the exact same way. I just want a little bit of shadow around this. And you can see that this ink will calm down a little bit. It looks a little dark, but it will calm down once it dries. And then we're going to add this to our card with just seal because I already have dimensionals. Oh, and a dimensional backing. Because I already have dimensionals behind the gifts and I just don't want it to pop up too much. So we're just going to go right there. And then I'm going to get my bow maker and we're going to take a little bit off of the spool. I'm going to make a bow real quick. The bow maker is also linked in the description below the video. So if this has been on your wish list for a while, I highly recommend it. I was a demonstrator for a long time before I got it, and it dramatically improved my bows. There's also some tips and tricks that you can do with this to not necessarily make anything else but a bow, but just different kinds of bows. And you get videos on how to do that. I will say the videos are the key because otherwise I would not know how to do this. All right. I'm just going to put a glue dot on the back of this and we're going to add it right there. And there we go. There's the front of our card. I'm going to add the pearls at the end. I'm so glad we still have these metallic pearls. I really loved them when they came out last year. And I'm super happy that we still have them. All right, so this is going to need some seal on the back. Okay. And there we go. All right, let's finish this off with a little bit of bling. And I'm just going to kind of put them on around on the tag. I think, oh, well, you know what? I think this time I'm going to put them on the gifts. And I'm not going to put them on the tag. Oh, well, one down. Good thing we don't have an animal that's going to eat that. Oh, there we go. Okay. I think we're just going to do that this time, just for something different. All right. So in the Make and Take kit, you'll definitely get a few of the gold pearls. You can decide how you would like to use them. But there's a different option if you would like. So there's our first card. I'm just kind of sticking things away so they're out of my way. All right. Let me double check comments here. Oh, Sue, I love using this bow maker. She commented that she has had a hard time with the bow maker. This one is so easy to use. I've been using it for years. I literally just sat with the videos for about a half hour and it all made sense and I never looked back. All right, as the saying goes. All right, let's do the other card. This is a Halloween card since Halloween is coming up. But if you've been with me for a while, you know that mango is my favorite orange. So that's what we're going to use. We're going to use a piece of 4 by 5¼ Mango Melody cardstock. I've already embossed it. I'll just show it to you with the Parisian Flourish 6 by 6 dynamic folder from Stampin' Up. And we're going to mount that with seal on an 8.5 by 5.5 card that has already been scored at 5.5, or excuse me, at 4¼ We'll burnish that. We're going to add this. Actually, I take it back. We're not, because we have ribbon to put around this. So we're just going to let those two hang out. And then we're going to get the rest of the pieces for this card. I know I have them. All right, the presents are here. The ribbon is there. You can't see what I'm looking for, but I know what I'm looking for. This is all the stuff for the next project. Oh, there they are. Look at that. These little spiders are just hanging out. They're on a black surface, so that's why it's hard to see them. Okay, we're good. So we have our scallop, and we are going to stamp that with Happy, Happy Halloween. Open up my Mango Melody ink pad. I re-inked this one too, so my guess is, oh, no, not too bad in the center. Okay. And the great thing about stamping on a circle is that you don't have to worry about getting it perfectly straight because you can always twist it a little bit and it's straight. So that's a good thing. All right, this is going to go on top of our ribbon. So what I'm going to do, or sorry, this is this is going to go on top of, all right, hiding again on the black, but I got the gist of it this time, is the black circle. So let me show how I cut these two out. I used our Stitch Shapes dies, and I used the second largest of the, or second smallest of the circles, this one right here, and I cut the basic black cardstock with that. And then this bundle comes with not only this spider, but also this stitched scallop circle, which fits beautifully on the box, which you'll see in a minute. And it also fits on that circle really nicely. So we're going to use some dimensionals on that. And then we're going to add our spiders to the card. All right. I guess another one stuck to my finger, so why not? Okay. All right, so we're going to put this in the middle. I know I'm going to need this again, but I'm going to close it because then my fingers won't get in it. And I'm going to put this up here so I don't make a mess with that either. Now we're going to add our ribbon to this card. So I'm using the black organdy glitter ribbon. I'm going to trim off just a little bit more, a piece just a little bit longer than the width of the card. I'm just going to wrap it around here. And I'm going to use glue dots to hold it down. I should mention that you won't get glue dots or any kind of adhesive with your make and take kit. That I leave for you to decide. So you could certainly use a tape runner to put this on. You could use liquid glue, whatever is your preferred. I'm just going to, oops. With my luck, I'd put the glue down on the wrong side going that far apart. All right, so we're going to use 2 glue dots. Make sure this is straight and wrap it around. And then we're going to go ahead and put seal on the back of this and add it to the card. Just going to put 2 stripes on top and bottom, I think. There we go. All right. Over to the left a little bit. And then we're going to take a little bit more of the organdy ribbon. I'm going to take it through and just tie it in a simple knot. And there may be some glitter pieces that fly because this is, when you make the knot, it pulls it apart a little bit. There we go. All right, so we have a little bit of glitter, but that's okay. Life is good with glitter in it. All right, now I have more spiders than I need here. I'm just going to use 3 on this card. I'm going to grab my black dimensionals this time. So if you have those, that's wonderful. These are something that I will pop in the make and take kit because not everybody has them. And I do think it makes this card kind of cool that the even looking from the side, it looks like a creepy crawly black spider on your card. And I do think they did a good job making these guys look kind of realistic. They're very flat on the back side, but they actually have some embossing to them on the front. They've got swirls. That's why I did the Parisian swirl folder. So hopefully you can, I'll lift it up in a second after I put these guys all down hold the card a little closer to the camera and hopefully it'll focus in for you. Patty, I saw you had a question, but it kind of disappeared. So give me a second. I will look as soon as I finish putting these guys on here. All right, so they are trekking off the card. I think you can see, if I get this, you can see they're a little embossed, which is really cool. And it definitely goes with the swirls of the embossing folder. I haven't tried the new black glitter paper, but it definitely is on my list and it needs to happen soon since we're into Halloween stamping now. All right, so we've got the whole front of the card done. I am going to add jewels, but I'm going to do that as I usually do after I get this layer down. So first we're going to just go across with this. We're going to add it to the front of our card. And then we're going to get some jewels on here. All right, here we go. All right, we're cruising now. 2 down, 1 to, oh goodness, man, I just don't want to hold on to these today. All right, 2 down, 1 to go. I usually like to do my jewels in odd numbers. I think I did 3 on the other one. Oh, it's right there. Just concentrating so hard on this project. I think I'm gonna do more though. This just seems, oh, I think it's because I don't have any big ones left on this sheet. There are larger ones that come as well. And I know I have a sheet somewhere behind me, but I'm not gonna go rummaging for it. I'm just gonna add more. So we're going to give these guys pairs. There we go. That looks better. So not, this time we have 5. Okay, so there's our second card. This is the first version of it, and there's the second. I'm going to stack these over here with this. And now we are going to, thanks, Kathy. Now we're going to make the box. So let me show you how this works. Get all my pieces in here. Okay, so to make this box, there's a few things to point out. First of all, to cut the box, you need a 6 by 6 piece of paper. So this is a 6 by 6. And if you remember that, but you don't remember this next thing, you're going to not be able to get this die to work. It needs to be lined up 6 by 6 sheet of paper. That does work, but you need to line it up on the diagonal. If you try to just figure it out this way, it's not going to work. It has to go on the diagonal. So just remember that the scallops need to go into the corner. All right. Sorry, just 1 second. I just want to see someone's trying to find me on YouTube. All right. So if you're watching me on my blog post or on Facebook, you'll need to actually come over to YouTube in order to comment and chat on the video itself. So if there's a question that you have that you need me to answer right now, that's where you'll need to pop over to. Oh, Kathy says she had to create her own channel before she could chat with me. Interesting. I didn't know YouTube required that. Well, this is, like I said, July was the experiment on format, and we stuck with Facebook because that's what I know. And now I'm going to see how this goes. So, one thing at a time. All right. So I cut 2 of these, one for the clean video later. Just going to set this aside so I don't misplace it. All right. So now we're going to, oh, I lost my train of thought. Now that's how you cut the box. The next thing that I wanted to show you is that we used the Essential Tag Punch, which is also new in the holiday catalog. But if you'll notice, this tag is a lot longer than the length here, and I'll show you how I did that. The tag itself is 1 5/8 inch wide. So I cut myself a piece of Mango Melody that is 1 5/8 inch wide. And now I'm going to put it in the punch until I can't move it up anymore. The reason that I'm doing it until I can't move it anymore is now, I don't even know if the video is going to let you see this, but it is pushed up against the inside of this. So I know it's level, it's even. And then I can punch the top, and that gives me the shape I want, but I can make it any length. This could have been an 11-inch piece of paper if I wanted it to be. It could be as long as I wanted. And so now I can cut my tag to the length that I would like. So I can make it go to, the bottom of the box or a little bit less, wherever I want it to be. So with any tag punch like that, you can slide it in. Kind of like when we scallop, when we make banners out of the tailored tag, you can always just use a part of your punch to do what you want and make things bigger or smaller. I could also have done this on the other end and made it more like a label. There's that option too, if you're following along. If not, I'm sure I'll do it on another project and it'll make all the sense in the world. All right, let's get our stamping done first. So I'm going to get my Mango Melody out. Actually, there was some stamping I wanted to do while I have this out. I'm actually going to come back to this project. I thought about this and I didn't do it. So I'm going to add a couple of spiders here and a couple of spiders here, because it's always good to stamp on the inside of your cards too, if what you're using can lend itself to that. All right, now let's make the background on our tag. This time, unlike the candy, I'm not going to stamp, I'm not going to twist the spider back and forth. I'm just making a pattern. And I know this is longer than it needs to be. I will trim it off, but I'm not sure where, so I want to make sure I go long enough. That's definitely enough. And now we're going to use the a little treat for someone sweet. Let me just see. Yep, pretty straight. Okay. There we go. All right, so now that's our stamping that we need to do for this project. I'm going to set these two aside. It's just dimensionals on there. I'm going to put my box together first. So the first thing I do, actually, step 0 is to close up the ink pad. Step 1 is to fold all of the horizontal folds in, and then fold the two sides of the box in as well. Make sure everybody's got a little bit of fold. There we go. All right. So I'm going to show you how to put this together without adhesive, because that'll be easier first. The way I've determined I like to do it, I like to put the flap, I'm going to pull this back. I like to put the flap in on the outside. Technically, it doesn't matter, but I like to do it that way, because if you'll notice, I'll do it this way. It's just more layers here for adhesive, and this is just fine. So I'm going to show you again. So you're going to take it together. Actually, which way am I? No, it was, yeah, sorry. All right. So it is, I'm backwards. You do want the flap on the outside, because otherwise things get stuck. That's what it was. All right. So you want the flap on the outside, because otherwise things get stuck. And again, flap comes through to the outside because it gives you a smoother box on the inside. Now what we're going to do is we need adhesive here. So what I usually do is I put my adhesive on first, and then I put the flaps together. So I'm going to use my Stampin' Seal Plus this time, and I'm going to put it on both sides. I'm just going to put it near the slit and near the slot, the slit and the slot, if you will. Not sure if that's the right terminology, but you can see where I'm putting it, so hopefully that makes sense. Okay, and now we're going to fold this up again. So the slit, this guy, is going to go in through the car or the box and come back out. And you should have adhesive for it to stick together and then there'll be adhesive here for it to hold together. So you're going to put the slot through so it comes back at you, and there it is, and then you've still got adhesive to close up the box. So now I'm going to close it up on both sides. There we go. And then I'm just going to take my bone folder and just rub it on either side, and that gets it good. All right. Hey, Patty, I'm glad you found me. I know I keep changing things around, not trying to make your life miserable. I'm just trying to figure out what is going to be easiest for all of us. Because once you find me the first time, then you can always find me. All right, now let's trim this tag down to where we need to be. So I am in need of using these two holes, but I don't need it to be any longer than that. And I want it to be, those are my ribbon scissors. That would not be good. Now, if you were mass producing this, the easiest thing to do would be to measure once and just cut a bunch of them. I'm just going to put a little slit there. Yep, I did. Okay. And then I'm going to turn it over because without the stamps, it's going to be easier to see where that slit is. It's right there. I'm going to put the slit. Hopefully this is still on. Oh, it is on camera. How exciting. Okay, there we go. All right. That should be fine. All right. Now we're going to add our little treat scallop. What do we want to call it? Scallop circle, I guess. I was thinking of the tag. Scallop circle to the front of the tag, and I'm just going to put that in the center. And then we'll use the seal adhesive to attach this to the box. I will show you. I think I forgot to grab more candy. And obviously the candy needs to go in before we put the ribbon on. All right. So we're going to put this here. I want my holes up top to be showing. And then that gives me about the same amount all the way around. So that's the front of the box. I'm going to steal from one box and put in another. I have two Twixes, and I was very careful. I got a right and a left. So if you are a connoisseur of Twixes, you will be happy when you get this. You won't be happy when you get the previous one because it's empty now, but I can fix that later. I'm going to take a little bit of that black organdy ribbon again. I just love it for this time of year. And the Playful Pets bundle, comes with this really cute twine. The first piece, the piece that we're using is the black and white baker's twine. And then it also has some red stitched ribbon that's real thin and real playful looking. That's why they put it with this. So those two come in a combo pack together. So the first thing I'm going to do is put this organdy through both of the holes of the little treats box. I'm going to pull them up to the top. And then I'm just going to tie this around. Everything is too long, but that's what my scissors are for later. I did it long on purpose so that I would have enough to use, or to get my fingers around, I guess is a better way to say it. I'm going to try and knot this as low as possible and pull it tight. And then I'm going to give it one more knot. Oh, this is starting to fray. Good thing I did cut it long. Okay, there we go. All right, and trim those off. And we'll trim these. 1, 2. All right. Shove those back there for the clean video that'll get done later. All right, so as I said, in the description below, you will find a hostess code. If you're not familiar ordering with Stampin' Up, you use that in order to get credit with me, which today is credit to get make and take kits. So if you purchase $35 or more by Sunday at 11:59 p.m. through the link in the description below, with me as your demonstrator shopping and the hostess code, I will send you all the things you need to make these three cards, all the perishable products. You'll need to provide the stamps. Everything will be die cut. This will be embossed for you. Things will be punched, but you will need to provide the stamped images and some of the adhesives. So I hope that makes a lot of sense. If it doesn't, I'd love to have a conversation in the comments below about what you think about, first of all, having it over on YouTube and the idea of having these workshops every week. So let me know what you think. And I'm going to just double check the comments real quick. Kathy, I think the old ticket punch might work. You'll have to give it a try. It's worth trying. If you want to message me the dimensions, because I don't remember, if you punch it and message me the dimensions, I can let you know. But I know this is 1 5/8, and this is about, I think it was 2 3/8, if memory serves me correct. So um, punch it out and see. I think the ticket punch was a little bit smaller than this one, but I'm not positive. But it might look cute. All right, I don't see any more questions, so I'm going to wrap things up. We are doing good on time. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day. And again, if you were new to my channel, please click the subscribe button below and then ring that bell so that you know every time I post a new video. Have a great day, and thanks again for joining me.